This is just a reminder of tomorrow. Um, there will be a show on, actually. Night Callers is taking the night off for the Super Bowl, but Bigfoot Tonight is actually going to be doing a show at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot Tonight, where they'll have Mike Rugg of the Bigfoot Discovery Project and Museum on the show. That'll be tomorrow night, again, at www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot Tonight with Chuck and Stacy. So for those who might get bored with the Super Bowl at about that time, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, which I probably will. I'll probably get bored with it. You can turn on over to the Bigfoot Tonight with Stacy and Chuck. That'll be tomorrow night, as I said. And then MNBRT Radio, of course, will not be airing on Monday night. Abe's surgery went well, as we all know, so I'm very glad to hear about that. Very glad to hear that my bro made it through it. And also, my dad made it through his surgery also, thankfully. So that was a good thing. It was a good thing that he made it through his surgery, and that Abe made it through his surgery. So anyway, and there have been some interesting reviews, some good, some bad, of the special that was on the History Channel the other night, Bigfoot: The Definitive Guide. Some liked it, some didn't. I'd ranked it, in my last video, I ranked it 3 out of 5 stars. Now, if I were to rank it on a scale from 0 to 10, I would give it a 6.2. It wasn't the best Sasquatch special you could see, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst. There were things I enjoyed about it. I just went back and watched it again because I uploaded it to my YouTube account right here, as y'all know. And a lot of you have been thanking me for putting it up, and you're welcome. You're welcome. Anyhow, there were some interesting, mixed reviews of it. Some liked it, some didn't. Like I said, I give it a 6.2 out of 10, out of a possible 10, which isn't too bad. Not exactly a 10, but it's not exactly like 5 or something, or 4 or 3. But I mean, it was a good special for what it was. I mean, there were several bright spots in it. I mean, there was with Jeff Meldrum and Kathy Strain discussing briefly the Native American legends. There was also the aspect of examining or other alternate explanations for what Sasquatch actually is. But there was one that I kind of missed the other night, that I wasn't paying much attention during that particular segment, I guess. And on the segment, it was Jack Rink was one of the scientists who was part of the round table. He somewhat advanced the theory, and I certainly disagree with this theory, that Sasquatch is nothing more than a group of shamans going out into the woods and being completely covered with hair for 10 years. Apparently, I guess their feet must have grown. And they were out there to do some kind of ceremonies, supposedly. And that aspect was just, I mean, that aspect makes you want to bang your head against the wall. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that Sasquatch is a bunch of shamans, you know, covered in hair or wearing horse hide or whatever they were supposed to be wearing. I think that's just crap. I think it's crap, and I think it's bad. I think it's crap, and I think it's just, you know, a bad theory. It's a bad theory. It really is. But anyway, no, you know, like I say, it's 6.2. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't too good, but it wasn't too bad. We'll just put it that way. Anyway, I guess that's pretty much it from this end. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put this video on YouTube at some point. But anyway, be interesting to see what kind of Bigfoot television comes anytime soon. Fact or Faked and Destination Truth have been renewed, so there may be something on Fact or Faked before too long. And also on Destination Truth, when it returns, they'll probably examine some sort of hairy hominid. They've examined the Orang Mawas, which is the Malaysian version of the Sasquatch, or a hairy hominid. You know, they've examined the Yeti twice, in Bhutan and also in Nepal. They've examined the skunk ape. They've examined the Yowie, the Orang Pendek, and they've also examined the Siberian snowman. So, and the Chinese Yeren as well. They've also examined the Chinese Yeren. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to run out of hairy hominids to examine. There's so many of them. They go by different names all over the world. And Josh always makes the show entertaining, so should be pretty great whatever they decide to do in the near future on Destination Truth. And then there may be a segment or two on Fact or Fake where they'll examine a piece of footage of a Sasquatch, supposed Sasquatch, or supposed hairy hominid. Mostly, of course, they've been focusing on Sasquatch since that's American. They did the one segment on the Memorial Day footage, then they did another one on the Honey Island Swamp Monster. So we'll have to wait and see what kind of Squatch programming there is. Of course, let's also not forget the BFRO television series, which will be airing on Animal Planet. And recently there was a sort of a town hall type meeting thing over Bigfoot in North Carolina, of all places. And Mike Green was part of that. And the Animal Planet went to North Carolina and filmed some with Mike Green for the Animal Planet Bigfoot series, the BFRO series. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. But that'll be coming sometime this, possibly spring or summer. So, and I'll keep you guys updated when I find out more information on it. So that's it for now, and we'll catch you guys later. Take care.